Stepping onto the court shirtless to shoot before a game? Seriously? Isiah Thomas just unleashed a full-on assault on LeBron. Through this bold move, he might have inadvertently exposed the reasons behind the tension some NBA legends and current stars seem to have with the king. Is it envy, rivalry over their legacies, or something deeper? Let's analyze the shot Thomas just took. LeBron stands as the most revered and most controversial athlete in the league. Isiah Thomas recently weighed in on LeBron's professional persona. Whether you're a fan or a critic, it's clear that King James has stirred debate throughout his journey. Recently, Hall of Famer Isiah Thomas ignited discussions further with pointed remarks regarding LeBron's pre-game habits. Prior to diving into Thomas's insights, let's paint the backdrop. It's April 11th, 2025, and the Los Angeles Lakers are gearing up to clash with the Houston Rockets. LeBron James, in his 22nd season in the league, is on the court for his warm-ups. However, there's a particular detail that has piqued the interest of NBA TV analyst Isiah Thomas. LeBron was shirtless. While this might appear trivial to some, Thomas, an iconic Detroit Pistons hero and two-time NBA champion, had some passionate opinions about what he saw. While on the NBA TV broadcast, Thomas openly shared his thoughts. In the latter segment of our doubleheader this evening, we'll witness LeBron James approach the game in this manner. Churchill skins exemplifies their modus operandi across all aspects. My viewpoint is entirely unbiased. I found it quite satisfactory. Good morning, coach. I could never allow one of my players to step onto the court appearing like this. Thomas kept going, stressing his view on the drop in professionalism in the NBA. Look, we're a professional league. We're not just a summer league. We're not. You see at the YMCA. I believe coaches should return to wearing suits. After. What I'm saying is, absolutely. You see, it's my belief. It's just my belief. College Ambro. I genuinely feel that the level of professionalism in our NBA has significantly declined. Thomas, visibly annoyed by what he deemed as unprofessional conduct, expressed his thoughts. Look, I appreciate LeBron. I really do. But to step onto the court shirtless before a game and just shoot around? Seriously, what is going on here? What are we doing? He even recommended that NBA Commissioner Adam Silver consider intervening. If you're thinking about it, Adam Silver, now's the time to impose a fine on someone. Discover that. Impose a penalty for that. Uttered by the legendary Hall of Famer and the finest player in Pistons legacy, Isiah Thomas. However, before jumping to conclusions, we must grasp the underlying context of Thomas's remarks. Research indicates that his criticism wasn't aimed personally at LeBron, but was instead a wider worry regarding the standards of professionalism within the league. Thomas was highlighting the perception of the NBA at a national level, drawing unfavorable comparisons to more casual settings like the Summer League or YMCA. How did LeBron react to this critique? The following day, April 12th, 2025, James touched on the matter subtly with a post on X. He noted, "I thought about saying something, but at this stage in my career, it doesn't matter." Instead of addressing Thomas head-on, LeBron opted to celebrate his teammate, JJ Redick, for a great season. This reply is revealing. Instead of entering a public spat with Thomas, LeBron brushed off the critique as unimportant given his career stage. At 40, it seems LeBron has grown accustomed to criticism, opting to select his conflicts wisely. Additionally, it implies he didn't see Thomas's remarks as a significant affront needing a direct reply. What adds intrigue to their interaction is the long-standing history between these two basketball icons. Despite this latest criticism, Thomas and James have mostly upheld a harmonious relationship throughout the years. Interestingly, LeBron has noted that he feels a closer personal bond with Isiah than with Magic Johnson, which may come as a surprise to some, especially considering LeBron's ties to the Lakers. Moreover, Thomas has expressed admiration for LeBron before. In August 2024, he labeled him the greatest player in NBA history, pointing to his impressive stats in scoring, assists, and rebounding. Back in 2020, he even described James as the Einstein of basketball, indicating his top-notch basketball intelligence. So, why would Thomas openly critique LeBron if their relationship is largely amicable? To grasp this, we must expand our view from just the incident involving Isiah Thomas and take into account the wider trends of critique that have accompanied LeBron throughout his journey. A thorough exploration indicates that this animosity towards LeBron is often rooted in a few fundamental reasons. Foremost among these are his career choices, especially his controversial transition from Cleveland to Miami in 2010, infamously termed the decision. This broadcasted revelation marked a significant shift in the way numerous fans and fellow athletes viewed LeBron. The response was swift and intense. Supporters in Cleveland experienced feelings of betrayal, with some even going as far as burning LeBron's jersey in protest. His choice to join forces with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh was considered by many as an act of chasing championships, favoring his own glory over loyalty to his hometown franchise. Additionally, there's LeBron's public image, which some interpret as arrogance. His self-given title King James, along with his behavior on the court, has led certain fans and players to see his conduct as disrespectful. For example, during a game in 2011 against the Chicago Bulls, LeBron was spotted dancing on the sidelines while the match was ongoing, a moment some deemed inappropriate. Moreover, his remarks following defeats, like his claim that while the fans' lives remained unchanged, his would after the 2011 NBA Finals loss to the Dallas Mavericks, were viewed by some as disconnected from the experiences of average supporters. Furthermore, the persistent comparisons to Michael Jordan have sparked disagreements and division within the basketball community. Early in his tenure, LeBron faced scrutiny for lacking Jordan's 6 titles, prompting inquiries into his performance during high-pressure situations. Even after securing 4 championships, the discourse continues, fueling polarized views regarding LeBron. Additionally, the extensive media spotlight on LeBron has caused some fans and players to feel overwhelmed. Paul Pierce, for instance, voiced his annoyance during his time at ESPN regarding the constant discussions surrounding LeBron, highlighting a widespread feeling of saturation in sports commentary. Additionally, personal rivalries and tensions have arisen during LeBron's journey. From Paul Pierce and Lance Stephenson to Dish and Stevenson and Joakim Noah, numerous athletes have partaken in banter and on-court showdowns aimed at riling LeBron. To grasp the intricacies of these matters, we must explore each component thoroughly: the decision, player rivalries, and a LeBron backlash. The year is 2010. After spending 7 seasons with the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James enters the realm of unrestricted free agency. The basketball community holds its collective breath, eager to discover where the iconic player will direct his skills next. Instead of a straightforward press release or a conventional press conference, LeBron chooses a groundbreaking approach. He hosts a live televised special on ESPN called The Decision. On July 8, 2010, countless viewers gathered to witness LeBron reveal his next move. Following a prolonged anticipation, LeBron finally utters the now legendary statement that would change the course of his career. The fallout was immediate and intense. Cleveland supporters, who had backed LeBron since his days as a high school superstar, felt a deep sense of betrayal. Some took to the streets, igniting his jersey in protest. This act would symbolize the fury of the fans. Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert released a public letter denouncing James and using Comic Sans, labeling his choice as a cowardly act of betrayal. Even his peers voiced disapproval. Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson commented they would have never allied with their competitors in their playing years. Yet, what escalated the controversy wasn't merely LeBron's exit from Cleveland. It was the manner in which he executed it. The lengthy televised event was perceived as excessive and egotistical. Sources claimed that teams had no knowledge of LeBron's choice until just before it aired, which fueled the notion that the entire affair was inconsiderate towards the organizations implicated. LeBron later confessed he realized the decision was ill-conceived during his flight to Miami. However, at that point, his public reputation had already suffered. He had swiftly turned from a cherished local idol into a foe in the minds of numerous supporters. When LeBron touched down in Miami, he didn't do himself any favors by throwing a celebration with his new teammates before their first game. During this gathering, LeBron dropped another remark that would later haunt him. Yet, he reminded everyone, "You 3 kings are here to secure titles, not just a single one." So LeBron, what's your take on that? Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. This early victory dance prior to clinching any title only deepened the impression of hubris that trailed LeBron during his time in Miami. Even Pat Riley, the Heat president behind the Super Team initiative, appeared uneasy with the spectacle. LeBron initially leaned into the antagonist persona during his inaugural season in Miami, yet deep down, he craved affection. This longing for both triumph and admiration would weave a complicated tapestry throughout his journey. Following his triumph in 2 championships with Miami, LeBron took a pivotal step in his career by rejoining Cleveland in 2014. This return was meant to be a narrative of redemption, the wayward son coming back to realize his vow of delivering a title to his native city. When the Cavaliers clinched the 2016 NBA Finals, rallying from a 3-1 deficit against the Golden State Warriors, it was poised to be a defining moment for LeBron's legacy. Yet, this achievement was still shadowed by LeBron's style of leading the team. Rather than committing to a lengthy contract with the Cavaliers, LeBron chose to pursue 1-year agreements featuring player options. This approach provided him exceptional power regarding the team's choices, fostering the impression that he was functioning like a virtual general manager. His sway in personnel matters earned him the moniker Lead GM from the fanbase. While certain decisions proved advantageous, such as the deal that brought Kevin Love after trading Andrew Wiggins, others faced backlash for seeming biased towards his close friends, like in the case of a lucrative deal for Tristan Thompson. This degree of authority sparked friction within the franchise. Most famously, Kyrie Irving, the player who made the championship-winning shot in 2016, ultimately sought a trade, allegedly weary of being overshadowed by LeBron. Amidst these transitions, LeBron also found himself embroiled in various high-profile conflicts with other players. These rivalries intensified the scrutiny and animosity he encountered in the league. A notable one was with Draymond Green of the Golden State Warriors. In Game 4 of the 2016 NBA Finals, a heated confrontation between Green and LeBron led to Green's suspension for Game 5. This suspension is frequently regarded as a pivotal moment in the narrative, as the Cavaliers managed to secure victory despite being down 3 games. An additional fierce rivalry existed with Paul Pierce, known for his heated playoff encounters with LeBron while playing for the Boston Celtics. Pierce was notorious for his smack talk, including deriding LeBron on social media with a spoof of the iconic "Taking My Talents to South Beach" remark after one match. The animosity between Pierce and LeBron was so pronounced that it lingered even after Pierce's retirement, with him taking jabs at LeBron during his role as an ESPN analyst. Lance Stephenson gained notoriety for his antics against LeBron, particularly infamous for blowing into LeBron's ear during a 2014 playoff clash between the Indiana Pacers and the Miami Heat. This incident turned into an internet phenomenon and represented the extremes players would reach to throw LeBron off his game. Sean Stevenson had a rivalry with LeBron that kicked off in 2008 when he, then with the Washington Wizards, labeled James overrated following a Wizards win. The tension grew so intense that Jay-Z and Soulja Boy got drawn in, with Jay-Z even dropping a diss track in LeBron's favor. Joakim Noah, a former player for the Chicago Bulls, confronted LeBron multiple times, even calling him out during a match. Noah was particularly irked by LeBron's on-court dancing, which he considered disrespectful. These rivalries illustrate a wider feeling among certain NBA athletes that LeBron's celebrity and influence afford him advantages and treatment not granted to others. It is believed that LeBron enjoys more favorable officiating, greater sway over team matters, and an imbalance in media focus compared to his colleagues. Additionally, the relentless spotlight on LeBron has certainly fueled the weariness and discontent some harbor against him. Paul Pierce, while at ESPN, voiced his annoyance at the necessity of obsessing over LeBron, admitting it wasn't an ideal scenario. There are many things left unsaid, yet the conversation continually circles back to LeBron. This overwhelming presence in media transcends just sports networks. LeBron has established a vast entertainment empire, including his production venture, Spring Hill Entertainment, and has ventured into acting, most famously in Space Jam, A New Legacy. His cultural impact has rendered him a prominent figure, not only within sports dialogues, but also in broader cultural discussions. Following his 3rd championship triumph in Cleveland, LeBron took another pivotal step in his career by joining the Los Angeles Lakers in 2018. This move solidified the image of LeBron as a strategist intent on cultivating his brand and legacy, rather than showing allegiance to a particular team or fan group. In Los Angeles, LeBron has maintained a strong sway over roster choices, resulting in the signing of stars such as Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook. The moniker Lee G.M. has remained popular, with fans and analysts frequently wondering about LeBron's impact on the Lakers lineup. These elements, the way he has left past teams, his perceived pride, his leverage over franchises, and his conflicts with other athletes, have all shaped the intricate and sometimes unfavorable view of LeBron James across the league. Yet, there exists a deeper layer to the disdain for LeBron that transcends mere basketball choices and court rivalries. In recent times, LeBron has become more outspoken regarding social and political matters, establishing himself as a champion for social justice. While numerous supporters commend his efforts to leverage his platform for vital causes, others criticize him for what they perceive as inconsistent activism, disputes, and his legacy. As LeBron's power has expanded, so too has his readiness to tackle issues beyond the realm of basketball. In 2018, he launched the I Promise School in Akron, Ohio, creating opportunities for vulnerable youth. Although LeBron's charitable efforts have garnered extensive acclaim, his foray into political and social discussions has sparked contention. A notable incident took place in October 2019, following a tweet from Houston Rockets GM Daryl Morey, which expressed solidarity with pro-democracy demonstrators in Hong Kong. This statement caused a considerable backlash from China, prompting the government to suspend NBA collaborations and halt broadcasts, jeopardizing a major source of the NBA's income. When questioned about Morey's tweet, LeBron's remarks were interpreted by many as placing business concerns above human rights. I feel he was uninformed about the issue and spoke out. LeBron expressed that many could have faced harm, not just in financial terms, but also physically, emotionally, and spiritually. His words sparked a swift reaction from politicians, commentators, and the public. Senator Ben Sasse took to social media to critique LeBron, and protesters in Hong Kong set his jersey ablaze, echoing the intense backlash reminiscent of past controversies. In an effort to clarify his stance, LeBron later noted that he was commenting on the timing of Morey's tweet, which coincided with NBA teams' presence in China for preseason games, rather than the tweet's content. "My team has just endured a challenging week," he tweeted. "It's crucial for people to grasp the potential impact of a tweet or statement. No one paused to think about the ramifications. Waiting a week to post, it could have been wise. For many, The harm was already inflicted. The event underscored what detractors perceived as duplicity from a player who had branded himself as a proponent of social equity. It implied to some that LeBron's activism could be selective, addressing matters that matched his commercial pursuits while steering clear of topics that might jeopardize his financial ties, like his profitable deal with Nike, which has extensive operations in China. Another issue surfaced in July 2022 when LeBron brought up WNBA athlete Brittany Griner's imprisonment in Russia on his program, The Shot. He pondered how Griner could genuinely feel the support of America after being held for more than 100 days. How could she think America supports her? LeBron expressed uncertainty, wondering if he even wants to return to America. His remarks sparked accusations of lacking patriotism, prompting critics such as E&E's Cantor Freedom to voice their discontent. Comedian Brendan Schaub even asserted he discarded his LeBron gear as a reaction. LeBron subsequently took to social media to clarify his comments. My remarks about the store concerning Brittany Griner weren't intended to criticize our wonderful nation. I expressed that I was merely reflecting on the complex emotions she must be experiencing, alongside a myriad of other feelings, while confined in that situation for more than 100 days. To sum it up, let's bring her back home. In April 2021, LeBron encountered another issue when he tweeted about the police shooting of Ma'Khia Bryant in Columbus, Ohio, only to delete it shortly after. The tweet featured an image of the officer in question, accompanied by the words, "Your next accountability," and an hourglass symbol. This post sparked backlash from several, including Senator Tom Cotton, who charged LeBron with provoking violence toward a police officer. LeBron removed the tweet shortly after, clarifying his stance. "I'm utterly exhausted from witnessing the deaths of black individuals at the hands of police," he stated. "I deleted it because it's fueling further hate. This is larger than just one officer. It's about the whole system, and our words are often twisted to foster more racism." On May 4th, 2021, LeBron admitted that he had sparked the wrong dialogue regarding Ma'Khia Bryant and felt it was his responsibility to her and the cause to rectify it. He shared educational materials to give more context. In December 2022, LeBron ignited another debate by criticizing Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, over a 1957 image of Jones at an anti-racial integration rally. LeBron expressed confusion over the disparity in media attention, questioning why Jones faced less scrutiny compared to Kyrie Irving, who had shared a contentious documentary. "I'm curious why no one has asked me about the Jerry Jones image," LeBron remarked to reporters, "but when the Kyrie Irving situation emerged, you were all eager to pose questions." The mix of controversies alongside LeBron's choices on the court and his fierce rivalries have shaped a multifaceted and frequently unfavorable view of him among certain players and fans. According to a 2021 survey by Sports Insider, LeBron topped the list as the most disliked player in the NBA, generating the highest count of negative social media mentions across 24 states. Yet, amid this disdain, one must recognize LeBron's remarkable accomplishments and the admiration he garners from many in the basketball community. Notably, Isiah Thomas, despite his recent remarks about LeBron's shirtless pregame routine, has previously lauded him highly. In August 2024, Thomas referred to LeBron as the greatest player in NBA history, highlighting his superiority in points, assists, and rebounds. In 2020, Thomas dubbed James the Einstein of basketball, underscoring his exceptional basketball intellect. This connects to Thomas's recent remarks about LeBron's warm-up without a shirt. Considering their history and Thomas's earlier commendations of LeBron, it's evident that his comments weren't meant as a personal insult, but rather an expression of his perspective on NBA professionalism. Thomas noted, "I'm a fan of LeBron. I appreciate him," prior to sharing his thoughts on the shirtless warm-up. This implies that Thomas distinguished his admiration for LeBron's skills as an athlete from his worries about the public persona presented to a wider audience. What implications does this hold regarding the intense emotions NBA players and supporters express towards LeBron James? The response is complex and layered. To some, the animosity originates from LeBron's choices throughout his career, especially his controversial move and its consequences, which they interpret as betraying loyalty for personal gain. For others, it revolves around LeBron's assumed sense of superiority and the exceptional advantages they think he enjoys from the league, media, and franchises. Others also challenge LeBron's selective engagement, noting a gap between his vocal stance on certain matters and his reticence on others. What stands out about LeBron is that in spite of the backlash and negativity, he has managed to grow and adapt throughout his journey. From the antagonist persona he took on in Miami, to the redemptive arc of his comeback to Cleveland, and now as a seasoned leader in Los Angeles, LeBron has consistently embraced change and evolution in the public spotlight. This growth is evident in how he deals with criticism. His reaction to Isiah Thomas's remarks, essentially brushing them off as trivial at this point in his career, reflects a level of maturity that may have been lacking earlier in his path. Instead of entering a public argument, LeBron opted to elevate his teammates' achievements, indicating a more discerning approach to which critiques he addresses. It's also important to examine the generational differences in LeBron's journey. At 40 and in his 22nd year, LeBron embodies a distinct basketball era compared to the one Thomas experienced. Back in Thomas's time in the 1980s and early 1990s, the NBA enforced different norms for professionalism and athlete conduct. Coaches donned sharp suits, players were expected to uphold a particular standard, and the league's image was meticulously curated under Commissioner David Stern. The modern NBA emphasizes player autonomy, allowing for more personal expression and relaxed behavioral expectations. While LeBron's shirtless pregame routine might appear inappropriate to those from Thomas's era, it aligns with today's norms. This difference in outlook highlights some of the tension between veteran basketball icons and the league's current stars. Additionally, it's important to recognize that not all former players criticize LeBron. Numerous NBA greats, such as Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and even Thomas, despite offering some recent critiques, have publicly appreciated LeBron's talent and accomplishments. This indicates that the animosity directed at LeBron isn't a consensus opinion among basketball experts. Instead, it mirrors the varied perspectives surrounding any significant individual. Whether one sees LeBron as the greatest of all time, a savvy career strategist, a champion of social issues, or a blend of these roles, his influence is undeniable. This might be the clearest reason for the intense responses he provokes. LeBron James is significant. His choices, comments, and behaviors resonate beyond just the realm of basketball, impacting teams, communities, and the wider cultural dialogue. Ultimately, the scrutiny LeBron endures, such as Isiah Thomas's recent remarks regarding his warm-up attire, is a reflection of his remarkable influence. Being a topic of conversation, contention, and, at times, criticism is an unavoidable result of being a groundbreaking individual. This extends beyond basketball into the realm of American culture. We appreciate your viewership. If you like this video, tap on one of the boxes displayed on your screen for more related content.